find us just leaving Leeds. We've been here for a couple of days and we were really impressed with it. It looks like a city that's undergone transformation in the last few years. Lots of shiny new buildings, a paean to Mammon, but really clean. And coming up the canal, all the way from Shipley up to here, there was hardly any rubbish. There was paddleboarders and towpath walkers out picking up the rubbish, some of them with CRT. The next day we saw another load go out, and they were with a company who gave some of its staff time off to go and clear up the towpath. They're really good at it in Leeds. It's the only city that we've come into that's been so clean and we haven't had to look at rubbish all the way in. A lot of other cities could take a leaf out of their book. So we've had a nice couple of days there, and I didn't film because it was Henry's birthday. We were busy doing other things, and now we are headed down to Castleford, and this week we need to get down to Keighley to go out on the River Trent next weekend. And we're also going to pick up our friend Makiko for her annual visit. So weather's changed, the north wind's a bit chilly, banging us against the side of the keel last night, so didn't sleep very well, but we're fine. We've gone through the river lock, so we're now on the River Aire, and we can get a few kilometres under our belt today, hopefully. Very industrial around here in a way, but lovely buildings for all that.
River taxi.
Oh yes. There's also a docks in Leeds we hadn't realised, and this little yellow boat coming up is a taxi from the city centre to the docks. Only £2. I wish I'd known. Oh, you don't often see them that big, eh?
Morning.
So we're slowly making our way down to Keighley now for the weekend. But we ran ourselves out of water yesterday, which isn't something that happens very often. We obviously miscalculated, and we're trying to find some more. There's not lots down here. We're on a very long straight section, all old industry around here, and one place where we thought there might be a tap, there wasn't one, and we're hoping there's one further down. We got up very early, haven't washed or anything. But there's masses of floating pennywort down here, and we've picked up an island of it on the front of the boat. So Henry's down there trying to cut it off the boat, because you don't want to really be dragging that around with you, and we don't want it getting around the prop either. So just seeing if we can free ourselves from it. Well, it didn't want to come off, so I've reversed. Did it? As well as running low on water, well, out of water, we've also got very low batteries. We haven't done very many miles over the last few days, and there hasn't been a lot of sun. So we had beeping going on this morning, which means that the lithium batteries are under 50% full. We don't really like them to get lower than that. So we keep a 5-litre water bottle for emergencies, so at least that will keep us going today until we find some water. And we have been checking the engine to see how many volts are going in, whether we go slow or faster, so that if we take longer to get to where we're going to, whether we'll get more energy in the batteries. And it seems that there's not a big difference between going quite slowly and going at medium speed, how many volts go in. So we're going to take longer to get there and get our batteries topped up. But meanwhile, the sun looks like it might be trying to break through. Probably if you don't get solar in at the same time as battery power, it's going to need to be one or the other. So anyway, it's always all right in the end. This bit of canal used to be really busy in the old days, lots of commercial craft, of which there's very little now. But occasionally you do see big boats like the one I put in the video earlier. And we're hoping we might see something big come down. It'd be quite exciting. It's a really silver day today. Everything's got a metallic sheen to it. So we're down at the first lock of the day, and this is the carpet of floating pennywort that's come down the canal. It's so thick that the herons land on it to fish from it. And then here by the little weir, look at all that foam. I can't imagine that that's supposed to be in there. Some sort of, I can't even imagine, it looks like a detergent. It looks like a whole bottle of fairy liquid's gone in there. I don't know what that is. That's just not right. And it's all going out down into the canal down there. Well, we've unexpectedly found water at the lock. It wasn't marked in the book, but it's here. So we've got sunshine into our solar panels, time for breakfast, and filling up with water. It's all good. Another couple of big monsters here. Historic water freight, so I guess they're not currently being used. Yeah.
I think these are, there was a guy last year at Castleford with 2 of these, and he restores them. I've got a feeling these might be those. They're really enormous things.
They're like the barges we used to see in Holland, aren't they?
Yeah.
We moored up for a couple of days then because of high wind and rain, and apologies for the sound quality at the beginning of the video. I'm aware that the wind was blowing across the microphone. But anyway, we cycled into Barnby Dun and saw all the scarecrows that they obviously do on an annual basis. They were really funny, some of them. But some of them, because of the storms that had come through, had suffered. And this one had totally lost his head. Well, we've had a quiet week. Henry's been getting on with the upholstery, which seems to involve fighting with it quite a lot.
Indeed.
but it's getting there. So this is nearly done now, and while he's making the covers, I've been busy embroidering little sprays of leaves onto them. And this is how our new upholstery will look. Still got one cushion to do down there, but it's coming along. Well, after a few stormy days where we couldn't get very far because we were being buffeted around, we've got down to the Stainforth and Keighley Canal, and tomorrow we're going to pick up a friend before we go out onto tidal Trent on Saturday morning. And the weather is set fair, thank God, because you wouldn't want to go out on the Trent in bad weather. So we are sort of south east Yorkshire, and the terrain has really changed around here. It's very flat. There's lots of wind turbines. You can probably see some behind me, and further back is the Drax power station. And I'll just give you a round view of what it looks like here. It's great for solar power. We're getting lots of sunshine in, but there's not a hill to be seen for miles. All the harvest is in over there. Very nice spot. We're moored up here just on the side of a swing bridge, and a couple of swing bridges down there were warnings about antisocial behaviour on the swing bridges. I think I remember seeing that last year, so you don't really want to stop around there and invite trouble, but I can't imagine that anybody's going to come out this far and give us any bother. So nice quiet place to spend the night. Apart from, of course, the super noisy Drax trains, but it's quite nice to be given a hoot by the driver. So that's it for this video. The next one we'll be going down the Trent and into Lincoln. So have a good week, everyone. See you on the next video. Do subscribe and feel free to comment. Have a good week. Bye for now.
Daddy, my daddy.